What's good with y'all boys, man? Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be posting a nice little series. I guess you could call that. It's not really a series. It's more of just like a journey, a documentation of my life from rags to riches, I guess you can say. But my name's Vittini, and this is Vittini's Virtue. So, you know what I'm saying? I just gonna want to give y'all a little rundown. I'm just gonna be talking episode by episode of just life, my life, reflections of life. You know, this isn't really like a whole show or like a whole highly edited thing. It's just like essentially how I would talk to myself and how I do talk to myself in the mirror. But instead of talking to myself in the mirror, why not record it and document it and see my growth throughout the years? So if anyone finds solace or knowledge or wisdom or whatever the case may be in the things that I tell myself, then I can only ask for that. You know, I'm infinitely blessed if anyone finds any sort of knowledge or wisdom from some dumb kid like me. But I appreciate anyone who does stop by, and if anyone doesn't, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is just for me. But today I wanted to touch on the subject of humbleness and what it means to be humble, and my struggles with humbleness, and the harsh reality that comes with lowering yourself and not really, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when we talk about humbleness, we always say like we are lowering ourselves or dropping our pride or our ego. And yes, that is to an extent. But humbleness is more than that. It's more deep rooted than that. You know, humbleness comes from within. Humbleness comes from your mindset, your thoughts, your behaviors, and just the process of thinking. You know, I'll give you an example. Like, for example, with me, I struggle with humbleness, and not to say that I walk around arrogance like I'm the greatest guy ever, because I'm not. But a way to know if you are struggling with it is observe your thoughts and how you think about other people and how you feel in your heart about other people. You know, when I'm at the gym, I'm not the biggest guy. You know, I'm 6 foot, 150 pounds. Like I'm nowhere near the biggest guy, and I've only been working out for a few months consistently. So I find myself like shaming people in a way I found myself shaming people, like I said, yeah, in my own thoughts and in my heart when I'm at the gym. And not to say like, oh, I'm shaming like the biggest dude. No, like, for example, and I don't know if a lot of you struggle with this, but when I would see like someone smaller than me or someone thicker than me, like fatter than me, I, in my mind, would say like, who is this guy? Like, what is he doing? He's clearly working out wrong. Like, what the hell? What is this guy doing? He's clearly doing this wrong. Like, you're not on my level. Da-da-da. And that is the root of ego. And that's the root of the devil. You know, that's not of God. And I realized that, and I quickly changed that mindset and that behavior, because I'm not better than anyone. And when we start observing that thought process and our internal feelings about other people, you know, humbleness isn't this difficult, this grandiose thing, you know? It's just as simple as telling yourself, it's as simple as a perspective switch. You know, if you take your mindset from I'm better than this guy, or this guy doesn't know what he's doing, or he's incorrect, and you just switch it to I was once in this guy's shoes, I was once a starter, I was once a novice, and still am. You know, at the end of the day, we're all students of life. We're all learning. Whether you're 65 years old, or you're 20 years old, or you're 5 years old, everyone is learning life, and we only have one life to lead. We only have one life to live. So everyone is still a student. So when you, even at the peak of your peakness, when you understand that at one point you were a novice and at one point you were a starter, and in some ways you still are a starter and a novice, that is when I truly believe that you can achieve true humbleness. And now I find myself when I'm at the gym seeing the exact same people I would see before. Instead of thinking I'm better than them, I feel like I want to start a conversation. I feel like I want to go up to them and encourage them or possibly even guide them. I'm not to say like I'm the most knowledgeable guy, but there are smaller guys than me in the gym, believe it or not. And I feel like I want to come from a place of wisdom, a place of love, a place of care, and just be like, hey, you mind if I work out with you? It's as simple as that. Like sometimes people don't want to, and that's okay. I understand, because I like to be by myself in the gym. I like to keep to myself, and I would always find it a little strange when people would give me advice. But then I would always be appreciative and take their advice into account. Sometimes people would come up to me and be like, hey, I think you could do this movement this way. And when I would try it the way that they are doing it and notice that it felt better, I felt good. I'm like, even though it was a little uncomfortable that you came up to me and talked to me, I appreciate the knowledge and wisdom you shared with me. And not being afraid to ask questions. At the gym, I always go up to even guys that aren't even as big as me or bigger than me, or guys that are bigger than me, and I always like to ask questions. Like if I see a guy doing a move that I never seen before, I'm gonna be like, hey man, like what is this move that you're doing? What muscles does it target? Does it feel good? Etc. And when you come from a place of knowledge and curiosity instead of a place of ego and pride and trying to belittle a person and make them feel as if you're better than them or you're coming from a place of superiority, I truthfully believe that you will prosper and you will shine. I truthfully believe that, and that's what I've been practicing, and I feel great practicing it. I love giving people compliments. I love seeing people light up when I smile at them or when I say something nice to them. And I have yet to give someone advice, but one day maybe I will. One day I will probably, if I run into another guy at the gym who looks like he maybe isn't comfortable yet, and not to say, it's only the gym, but that's just my most recent life experience. You can apply this logic to anything, man. If you just come from, like I said, a place of knowledge, a place of curiosity and wanting to learn, no one is gonna treat you incorrectly. And if they do, then that's just a reflection of them. And the only thing you can do is not get upset with them. If you come from a place of curiosity and they turn you off, then that's totally okay. Not everyone is comfortable with answering questions. Not everyone wants to be questioned. Not everyone likes getting their brain picked. And that's something I had to learn the hard way. But as someone who constantly wants to learn and improve and grow in this world, that's truthfully the best model that I think a lot of you can follow, including myself, And that's just how I feel about it. It's truthfully a beautiful thing when you come to someone and, something I noticed is when you come from a place of ignorance and you come from a place of wanting to know more, people love teaching. As much as people like to be like, teachers suck, or I don't like answering questions. When you come from a place of ignorance and not to say like you lower yourself, but basically you lower yourself in front of this person, you lower your knowledge and IQ, and you're like, hey, ask the questions, ask the dumb questions. Don't be scared to ask the dumb questions. There's been times where at jobs, bro, I've asked like, or in school, like I'll ask the dumbest questions to other people. To me, they're not dumb questions though, because I genuinely want to know. And a thing that helps is never view a question as a dumb question, because there is no such thing as a dumb question. It is called eliminating all shades of doubt. When I ask a question or when you ask a question, it's not about ignorance or you're dumb or you're less than. No, it's about eliminating all forms of doubt, eliminating any shade of doubt. So if you're asking a question, don't be afraid to ask that question, because even if you may feel like the other person gives you that look like, really, you asked that? Then keep asking the question. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, it may seem like a dumb question to them, but they don't know you, and they don't know how much information and knowledge and wisdom you just gained from asking that question. Or they don't even know that asking that question just allowed you to unlock further questions down the road, or even, like I said, eliminate all shades of doubt in your mind. So practice humbleness, boys. I truthfully believe that that's the way to go. You know, like I said, when you come from a place of ignorance and you lower yourself and you just accept that we're all students, bro. You know, you can even take it a step further. When you look at your parents and the relationship you have with them, not to say that everyone has a relationship I had with them, but I used to not have a very great relationship with my mother. And when you realize that your parents are also, you know, it's easy to forget. It's very easy to forget and grow complacent because they've been there our whole lives. They raised us. They are, in a sense, us. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to grow complacent and forget who these people are. But they're human, you know, and it's their first go around at the world just like it is yours. So practice humbleness. Just keep smiling, man. Keep asking questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And like I said, it's all a perspective. It's all a mindset shift. You know, it's not even so much about verbal humbleness. It's internal humbleness. When you catch yourself thinking that you're better than someone, remember that you are better than no one. You're better than no one. You know, we're all students. We are all children of God. You know, I'm not better than anyone, and no one is better than me. So there are just things that some people are a little bit more ahead than you in life. And when they're a little bit more ahead, you can ask them questions to make the path that you take just a little bit shorter and just a little bit easier. So that's all I have for y'all boys today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to catch y'all boys tomorrow. By the way, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give y'all a little rundown. This is going to be a daily thing. Like every single day, I'm going to reflect. It's typically the end of the night where I reflect the most about my day and what I did. You know, sometimes I'll probably just yap or sometimes I'll have meaningful little moments, I guess, like this. But I appreciate anyone who did watch, and I hope that someone out there did get something from this, because I'm continuing to grow and learn every single day, and I hope that everyone continues to learn and grow alongside me. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Pray to God, and God bless y'all.